the Ghost Walker of York, who got famous for it when I first started them 44 years ago. But as time went on, as I started to look into the stories, of course, I started getting involved with other people that were interested in the subject. And there was a gentleman called John Mitchell who wrote a book called Ghosts of an Ancient City, who was a historian at St. Peter's School in Clifton, who in fact taught school there where Guy Fawkes was educated. Experiments to do with the supernatural, such as telepathy, psychometry, where you could hold an object and that was old, that once belonged to somebody, and close your eyes and say the first things that you saw, to see if you could find out about the person that once wore the ring or owned that object maybe 100 or 200 years ago. And often we were very right.
So you think anyone can do this at home?
People can try that. Psychometry is quite an interesting thing to try. You know, if you've got a personal piece of jewelry that belongs to somebody and you hold it, and often, you know, if you close your eyes and really dig deep, you can see the past of the person that once owned the ring and see things and tell that person what you're seeing. And if you're right, they will tell you. So we did experiments with telepathy, but I must say we never did ouija boards. That was completely barred from the room. We never ever tried to contact the dead unless we had a spiritualist or a clairvoyant present. And we did used to have somebody in quite frequently, a man called Derek that's no longer with us now, that used to be able to go into trance and change his complete personality. He would start talking with a woman's voice, and his skin complexion would change and his facial structure would change, and you could tell that what you were looking at was not the person that went into trance in the first place.
And you've seen this with your own eyes?
I've seen that with my own eyes. Yes, I have, yes.
And how did it feel seeing him be?
It felt untoward, totally unnatural, but I knew that what I was witnessing was somebody that was changing their complete character because they'd been taken over by somebody who was long since dead, communicating with us all, telling them who they were and what they did and certain aspects of their life. But we'd often find sometimes when we dealt with these, when we were in the presence of this, that people would, of course, you wouldn't know really who you were communicating with. It could be a bad person that's dead, or it could be a good person. And that's the problem with